Hi everyone, I'm gonna watch the latest video of Mayim Bialik, something like that.
I'm vegan, and my kids are too. Why? Because I forced them to be. I mean,
Yep.
That's what we get to do as parents, right? We get to make them Democrats or Republicans or lovers of SpongeBob or haters of SpongeBob.
If you let them watch cartoons, then they can still decide if they like it or not. That has nothing to do with force. If you want them to be Democrats, even if you manipulate their thoughts, then they can still decide. If you don't let them eat meat, then that is 100% force, and it's also child abuse because they can't get over 50 nutrients from plants. All kids want to eat meat. Goji Man Sunbird made a great video, which I will link in the description. You can see kids eating meat and vegetables. What do they like?
I mean, my kids love They Might Be Giants and Marxist philosophy, so I kind of feel like my work is done here, you know? People ask more questions about what it's like to raise vegan children than what it's like to actually be vegan, so I thought we would answer some of your questions about vegan kids. Before we get into them, make sure to like this channel, subscribe, it's super important to subscribe, and also hit that little bell icon
Never in a
somewhere
million
this
years.
region, so that you can get notifications about all future videos. Here are the things that I get asked most often about raising vegan kids. Number 1, can they live? As in, will they survive? As in, how do they grow? Are they gonna be okay? Yes, you can raise vegan children who are healthy children. Contrary to what the meat and dairy lobbyists who decide what we should eat will tell you, children can thrive.
Alright, there is no conspiracy from meat and dairy lobbyists. If anything, it's the grain and sugar industries that control our food. Can human babies survive without milk? No. It has cholesterol, saturated fat, all of the fat-soluble vitamins, none of which is found in plants. There's never been one case of a baby that grew up only eating plants. It is biochemically impossible. There's never been such thing as somebody who's been vegan since birth. Never. And it will never happen. There's been many cases of parents that tried it and the babies died, of course. And that's because we are not herbivores. I will link some of them in the description.
Without eating meat and without eating dairy, period. The only thing that vegans can't get from the foods that we eat is vitamin B12, which you can totally take a supplement for, or just don't wash your veggies very well.
That's very wrong. There's over 50 nutrients.
Many vegan children take B12
That's
supplements,
a big vegan lie.
and that does the trick. My children are rosy.
And supplements
and
are
alert.
toxic.
They have good endurance for sports. They are hardy. They are hardly ever sick. One tends to have kind of
That means that their immune
stringy
system
body
doesn't
type,
work.
and the other is just the most
You just
squeezable
disproved
human ever.
yourself.
Vegan children do tend to be on the slighter side because statistically speaking, they're not ingesting the hormones that are in the dairy and the meat products, which so many of our children in this country are raised eating.
The hormones are very important for all humans, especially kids. That's how they grow. And no, I'm not talking about artificial hormones. There's natural hormones in animals which kids absolutely need to be healthy. They do not produce them themselves in high quantities. It's not enough.
Raise healthy vegan kids. Number 2, what about protein? How are they getting their protein? How are they getting their protein? Many people don't realize that there's protein in a lot of foods. There's protein in bread, in beans, in pasta. There's a ton of protein in...
Incredible disinformation. Just wow. Is she this stupid or ignorant? What is this? What she calls protein can be anti-nutrients, for example. You're not gonna get to the amino acids in the anti-nutrients. It's indigestible and protected by fiber. Humans can digest fiber. This is ridiculous. There's no way that you can get enough protein, meaning amino acids, from a vegan diet. Impossible. This is why a lot of bodybuilders use protein powders and somehow try to get to it when it's isolated. What an absolute joke. From Whole Foods? No way. There's also protein inhibitors in plants, which don't let you digest them.
Quinoa. How do I get my kids to eat quinoa? One word, ketchup. There are many ways to get enough.
You just proved that they don't want to
you
eat
and
it.
your
What
children are
the
vegan.
hell
Number 3,
is this?
carrots and celery, fresh veggies, and even hummus are now pretty easy to
They
find.
don't want to
And
eat
the
any
fact
of
is,
that.
our
You
kids
don't get
weren't
that.
left with other people until they were old enough to be able to say out loud, I'm a vegan. Is that vegan? Call my mom. We're doing our best to set them up for success in their bodies as they are growing. I tell my boys that we respect the earth and the animals which God has placed here. This is the way we do it. Being vegan is a philosophical, a medical, and a spiritual decision that we make every day. I also tell my children that it is worthwhile to make sacrifices for a greater
You're
good.
describing
Our
a
capacity
religion,
as humans is that
in
we
case you
operate
didn't
at a very
realize it.
high- I don't know if my children will always be vegan. I also don't know if they will be lovers of Jewish law or Bob Dylan. But what I hope I have instilled in them is an appreciation for reflection, for sacrifice, and for ethical standards above.
You literally don't let them eat what they want to eat. Do you believe that they will have any respect for you at all once they realize what you did to them? Once they get out of your enslavement, they will eat meat as much as they can. This happens all the time, and the kids hate the parents. You believe that you're doing something good for them. Wow. Also, where is your forehead? It's like looking at fully raw Christina. I can only imagine how small that brain is. It's pretty much non-existent.
Of what's trendy or what's commonplace or what everyone says is normal. I want to raise my children to be people who question things, people who do research, people who make decisions based on facts and feelings together. And we are animals, but we are unique animals with a distinct cognitive ability for contemplation, for conservation, and for cooperation for a greater good.
You just described brainwashing, mind control. Animals follow their instinct, and this is why they are healthy. Humans are unhealthy because they follow somebody's beliefs. What is this even?
You're interested in learning more? I've included some links below, including the Vegan Family Cookbook that I wrote for people who are curious about what it's like to add more plants and grains to your diet. You can also learn about nutrition,
Wow.
ethics, and how cutting back on animal byproducts can change your life. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being open to hearing what I have to say about raising vegan kids. See you next time.
Incredibly obnoxious. Damn. These are the 15 nutrients that you can get from plants. She doesn't get them, her kids don't get them. I don't know if there's a husband. She looks diabetic. She probably has an insulin belly. What she's promoting is malnutrition. Thanks for watching, guys.